Good morning, Findlay Dreamers.
Good morning, Mrs. Adams.
And good morning, Findlay Scholars.
Good morning, Mr. Miller.
Good morning, Findlay family. And Kamarie and Diego.
And good morning, Mr. Kirby. And our two third grade students are going to do a wonderful job. I bet you guys are going to do shout outs soon.
So great to always have students join us. And maybe Mr. Miller, you can talk about how students who have something interesting to say and a shout out. Remember, we used to do that in the gym and students would come up to me and say, I have a shout out. We'd like to still continue to do that. So thank you, Diego and Kamarie, for being here. You know, that reminds me that I've seen lots of ways that people are helping each other. I saw Mr. John putting ice melt down on the sidewalk this morning because it was icy. I know there are some teachers helping out when other teachers aren't feeling well or when students need a little bit more help. But yesterday, I saw students helping each other figure some things out with math or with reading on the computer and also in the classroom. So that's what we're all about at Findlay, to help each other be the best that we can be and learn the most that we can learn. It's just a wonderful place.
Yes, a wonderful place of safety. Because I've seen several students wearing their masks just right over their mouth and nose. In fact, I want to give some shout outs to Ezra, Brendan, Anderson, and I have to give a shout out to Rusty because he got a little lost yesterday, but guess what? He found his way right back to Mrs. McDermott's class easily with his mask on, and there was no issue at all. And today he was right there where he needed to be, safe and secure. So we really appreciate all your safety efforts. And like we were talking about before, we're looking for those students who want to do shout outs. And, I did have a list before break. I have to refer back to that of all the students that wanted to do the shout outs. And when you think about shout outs, you think about particular things you've seen or heard that people are doing. It could be students. It could be teachers or other staff members that you want to acknowledge their greatness. We have a lot of greatness going around this school, as Mrs. Adams already told you about. So keep thinking out there, and I'll keep searching for students that really are interested in doing that in the very near future. In fact, tomorrow.
Well, Mr. Miller, I have a shout out.
Shout out.
I want to shout out everyone to remind themselves to give yourself a shout out every once in a while. As we adjust every day, there are things that we think need to be a certain way and everything has to go like it used to be, or I know that I can rely on. Well, sometimes things change in a day even, or the next day. And so I want to just remind everybody that you're all doing the best that you can, and to take a deep breath and take a step back every once in a while so that you don't get yourself too wound up, because I know that I've done that. And then you get so worried that you forget something else, or you're looking around and then you don't know. Now you're not paying attention to what needs to happen next. And if we all can just remember that we're all in this together and we're all doing the best job that we can, give yourself a step back and give yourself a shout out. Speaking of shout outs, does anyone else have a shout out today?
I have a shout out.
Shout out
to Mr. Miss because she helps people a lot and she loves us and takes good care of us even though this whole corona is going on and stuff.
Thanks, Kamarie. Anybody else here have a shout out?
I have a shout out.
Shout out.
I have a shout out to all the people that thought of a way to still learn because of the pandemic, but still stay safe.
Great.
Thank you,
Great job.
Diego and Marie. We know everybody's doing the best they can, and everybody's working today, looking forward to their futures. And one place you might find yourself in the future is college. So I can't think of a better time, the college cheer. Are you two ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.
2, 4, 6, 8, when the 6th graduate. 20, 20, 20, 32. 2, 4, 6, 8, when the 4th grade graduate. 20, 20, 20, 33. 2, 4, 6, 8, when the 3rd grade graduate. 20,
40, 34.
6, 8, when the 2nd grade graduate. 20, 20, 20, 35. 2, 4, 6, 8, when the 1st grade graduate. 20, 20, 20, 36. 2, 4, 6, 8, when the kindergarten graduate. 20, 20, 20, 37. Family dreamers, dream big. Dream big. We believe. Whole heart. Whole heart. Be the same. Be the same.